Another day just went by and XRP is developing that bullish divergence. And it's not on a micro chart, it is on a 3-day chart. If you go on the weekly, you still get something similar. You go on the monthly, you get to see the price is at a macro level. The importance of this for XRP holders will be very high, as this level has acted as a trend line support from 2014. So that's 10 years of support for XRP. And right now the signal is it's about to blow off. Now, the strength index here gives you a clear signal of which direction it is going. Just look at the breakout, the retest, and the bounce. So usually, textbook pattern, you do this kind of a structure, this is your confirmation. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Right now, it's not just XRP showing you there is a lot of opportunities in the market. This chart is a daily Bitcoin chart. It gives you an idea that below 61,500, there has been long wicks many times in the last 3 to 5 months. Let it be in the March, let it be in the Feb, let it be in the April, you're watching that. And if you do look at that, each time you bounce back up. This time around, it's not just that, you also have a bullish divergence developing, which is again positive. A lot more sellers entered the game but failed to push the price lower. So if you're concerned about the crypto market right now, I would say yes, it is not completely wrong, but remember that 3-day candle close just brought you a big wick, a long wick. Say, for example, you go back in time. Look at this one here. This is Bitcoin on a 3-day chart showing you back in March when you had that long liquidation spree. The wick itself was 7.5%. That was big. I mean, in percentage terms, if you look at Bitcoin in that trend, that's huge. What we have here is 5.6. Now compare it with the other two scenarios. One, 3.3. The next one in April was 3.6. So compared to which, we can argue that the average drop has been met. But for sure, we don't want to be that guy who is 5.5 inch tall and went to cross a river which was on average 5.5 feet, but he died because some points it was 6 feet deep. That can be possible. That is one of the primary reasons why we say look at the weekly chart too, and the weekly close is coming soon. And with that, it's kind of the easiest part here. On a weekly Bitcoin chart, drop this horizontal line for the weekly candle close range. It is just close to 61,000. As long as you stay above that now, it shows you huge divergence formation with those two levels. So the price being able to do even a micro level bounce, say even next week, is going to give you a confirmation of hidden bullish divergence, which is huge in the market. Now take that onto the XRP, not the XRP Bitcoin, which shows massively bullish signs, which shows 10 years of history plus 7 years of structure. Everything aligns towards one point, which suggests there is going to be massive run up in XRP. And we're getting a trend breakout after a year on a 3-day chart. Now, say you put that on a weekly. Your primary aim here as an XRP holder is to look for this breakout. Now, for that, just now we talked about the possibility of such a break bounce. That's going to help you reach the resistance. But the breakout there is going to be the key factor. Now, what do that mean on a macro chart for XRP? Say this trend line is what you are looking at. You need a break through that. To do that, XRP should run 135% against Bitcoin. So either Bitcoin goes up 50%, but XRP goes up by 100%, which is the history. We have seen that last time, even in 2021, with very little market movement. But right here, what we are watching is a trend confirmation where we are still kind of barely hanging on. A bounce off from there is something critical. A break below that is going to bring in a lot more fear and panic into this asset. It doesn't matter what the fundamentals is. At that point, market will be driven by fear. Same, if you see the price breaking in a month or two to the upside, it will be FOMO. They don't care about any bad news at that point. The price pushes higher. Now look at the ETH chart on a daily. This wave structure, the continuation patterns, which we argued last time, like, okay, watch, these are the rectangular patterns which give you a continuation signal. And we kind of had something similar there. But look at this. First time when it dropped below that structure, there was some momentum. Next time when it dropped below that, you didn't really have much of a momentum. So here we are, we're watching this kind of a formation and then a break here. So you have one range of rectangular continuation which broke to the downside. You now have another one which just broke to the downside. So you're still below that with an inside candle formation. So on a 3-day, on a weekly, the macro chart, the argument which the Ether makes is very strong. The micro is getting invalidated there because the macro says, yeah, micro, it does show you a bit more downside, but the macro is not interested in that. You usually side with the macro charts. You don't want to go against it because this trend line, when it is showing you that the price is being supported above that on Ether, on weekly, you don't want to miss that. Because when a weekly candle shows you this, the massive wick to the upside, that usually is a clear signal. Say last time you got a small inverted hammer here, Jan 2024 and Ether weekly. What ended up happening after that is the price kept going up, up, and up. So something similar can happen here as well. Now say the worst case scenario. It would be like this. You got a hammer, which was good. The price went up from 1,600 towards 2,100. That was it. Then you went back down to test the lows. Maybe that's a possibility. Put that in the numbers, you would be talking about 3,300 towards like $4,000 bounce, which still is decent. Now that's the worst case scenario. But in a market which is trending to the upside, you usually side with the macro targets. Now here we are looking at the monthly chart of Ether showing you the bullish engulfing candle is still valid. There was a fake out to the downside, but immediately that was crossed. So the bulls are still in control of this market. If you look at XRP and then argue that point of it's about to run up, you also should not forget the fact that the entire market is also showing you heavy bullish signals. You're not breaking to the downside, you're holding on to this particular support. Total altcoin market on a weekly showing you exceptionally higher bullish structure, which is horizontal support being held, and not only that, the formation of a microwave one structure. Now, if you are a divergence guy and you trust divergence because it has been playing out very well, that's a different story. You will look at this and say, okay, the RSI is trending lower, but the price is not. What does that mean? It's a bullish divergence. So expect the market to rally from here. If you look at this and say, okay, that was the wave one, the argument now is 2 to 3 times of that coming in wave two. We did 160% rally to the upside on the altcoin market. Expect, say, 3. Now we'll measure from the history and say what we did last time. But as of now, we'll just go with the textbook pattern, which puts the argument like, okay, maybe most likely the wave two, we're going to go close to $4 to $5 trillion in the altcoin market. Now, let's look at what we did in the wave one here, which was like 290%. And then what we did on the wave two. It was not 2 times, it was 3 times minimum. Now add on the wave one to that, right? So literally the price was arguing the fact that it did close to 3.5 times. So even if you say it's not 2, let's put it to 3. Now your argument comes somewhat close to $5.6 trillion in altcoin market. Remember, the Bitcoin market is still there. So you are around $8 trillion, $9 trillion in the market, which is the crypto market. Which again means there's going to be a lot of winners, the big guys. And that's where you go and search. Like you take the Ether out, you look for other side and bullishness. Now, keep the same question here and ask this. The level of bullish divergence, which you're watching in front of you, is increasing substantially. So this actually gives you an idea how the price may react and how soon it may react, because the support structure is being held. Now, when Bitcoin pushes higher, we need to see the Bitcoin dominance going down. But if that stays the same, that means not all altcoins are reacting very well. So the key idea here for us to see a big alt season is based on this move. A rejection candle on a 3-day chart is now confirmed. Now it's showing you an ABC structure, which should then reflect on a weekly chart. A ABC on a macro, which should start from here and do a move, a crazy move like this. That's enough, because this is where the primary support is going to be. Most likely you'll see a choppy consolidation after that before you drop down to the macro level. This is possible, and that possibility should be used. Now, remember, the time taken never looks like this big. It's always this short, which means if you started from here, most likely you're going to end the wave 2 to here. That's a huge move. We're talking about like 6 months for the wave 2 and wave 3. All that we need at this point is wave 2. You don't even need wave 3 to make a decent gain, a great gain, wealth, and to step out of this market. Because the market condition is actually increasing. You're watching millions of dollars entering into the crypto market. And these are new. So the fundamentals, the news, the narrative, it looks good. When they say gold is about to run to 3,000, I'm like, okay, if banks are telling you that, I don't trust them. Gold is about to drop, maybe just 5%, but still, that's a huge possibility because they want you to buy. Most likely they want to sell some, right? So that's a huge, huge possibility. And historically speaking, when gold consolidates, we have seen crypto running up massively. And this time, XRP is showing I'm about to join that party after 7 years. I'm showing you this signal. Why should you miss that signal? You should not. So guys, if you received value, smash that like button for me. And if you want to join the SI family, use this link in the description below to reach me, to do a one-on-one session, to look at your portfolio, to see what I think about it. If you are positioned well enough, if you have the right assets, if you are high risk, low risk, and your expectations of target is correct. Not looking for like $1,000, $10,000 XRP, but something realistic. That's it for today, guys. I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.